Hello guys, and welcome to Banjo-Kazooie. Today we are going to go where no bee has ever gone before, which probably is the title. So we're going to go into 2 out of the 3 RBA levels, these 2 being Rusty Bucket Bay and also Gobi's Valley. We go to the 3rd one, Bubblegloop Swamp, next episode, and this is pretty much the last sort of segment in the game. Now I will note, this is actually my 2nd run through of Rusty Bucket Bay. I did it the first time, trying to get as many notes as possible, then realised that I couldn't get any more notes, and, well actually no, I could get a few more notes, but I missed them for whatever reason. I think it was because I already had enough and I wanted to finish with 810, just for the pure fact, I finished with 810, the minimum amount, and so we're just flying through. We do not need to pick up anything else, nothing whatsoever aside from notes. Luckily for this, like the acid in this level, you don't get hurt by it, and nor does actually the sand, the hot sand in Gobi's Valley actually ever hurt you. You can just walk on it, and sometimes you'll fly off, and sometimes you can actually just walk on it, quite literally. And so, it's quite simple. I think we have to collect about 60, 70 notes here. There are ways you can get into the more, but it becomes pretty difficult, and when I was doing it I thought, no, screw it, I can do it without. And so here it is. These are your biggest threat because you have no defense against them. You can't just like hit them like you would do if you're Banjo-Kazooie. You just simply can't, so you've got to be careful. Pretty much the bee is defenseless, and I think it's good that they actually made the bee have like ammo in Banjo 2, because in Banjo-Kazooie, poor Blimey, he was in some senses, before this glitch was discovered, the worst transformation, because he had no defense whatsoever, like literally none. The only thing you could say is that he could get into Zubba's nest without actually triggering like the Zubbas themselves, but oh well. Let's see. Ooh, what do we have to do? Yeah, so I have to collect more notes, of course. Why am I asking what do we have to do? Of course, we're doing what we need to do. Yeah, I don't know the note total at the moment. I would put note totals, but I am just simply way too lazy. Sometimes you get notes which take forever to get, and this is the one where I'm also forgetting to get it. I shall note that ever since last part, I have had a now like proper electronic remote. Electronic remote, what am I talking about? An Xbox controller, as you can see on the camera here. And that is just simply a small little electronic device, and also there's a receiver which comes, which you can buy, and that also, if you plug the receiver into your laptop and you turn on the Xbox controller, you can play games on your computer with an Xbox controller. It's a pretty handy device, and something which I'll be using very soon. Or maybe it would have already gone. I do not know. These are being filmed way in advance. Today is the day when part 3 comes out. I have not released part 3 yet. I really should after this. And yeah, I mean, today's the day when also I've got loads and loads of free time. Literally, I've got an empty house for about an hour, which means that I've filmed, this will be my 3rd video that I filmed, which is pretty good. And I like block filming, because at this point I can just go, I can just get more notes. More notes, what I'm talking about, I can just get more filming done. As I say, like, this is my 2nd time doing it, that's, so it says, oh, you passed your note score, and I have, I've got 62, and I think there's even more to collect in here. Yeah, there's 66 I think to collect in here. Yeah, it's these guys can be a flipping pain in the ass, especially because like the majority of the time whilst I'm at a bee, you have like you cannot gain health whatsoever, because the bee, you cannot kill enemies with the bee, and therefore you're pretty much without health. upgrades. So this is for the most of like the bee stuff, and generally for the most of ever really, I'm on 1 life because I'm just pretty much defenseless because I have no more honeycombs to collect, or I cannot collect honeycombs for whatever reason. As I say, I'm going to be this is, I think, the final thing we have to collect. So yeah, yeah, we've now done, what is it? We've got 76 notes, I think it was, or 68, something like that. We've got a large amount. So heading into Gobi's Valley. And this one's a pretty simple one to actually clip into. It's not like going through the ceiling as such, it's going through the little plant at the top, which all you have to do, if you're not quite as bad as me, you have to land on it, just get in there, just get up. No, you're not going to be, get up, yeah, get up, you little knob. Hurling abuse at a few pieces of bits. Anyway, so you basically just have to waddle around in here. You'll find a small point where you can clip in. You'll generally find it, sometimes it helps if you jump about a bit. You can see it like I just jump through, and you'll jump into the actual loading zone of the of Gobi's Valley, and that's all good and stuff. And as I mentioned earlier, this is something where you can like quite literally clip, like you can walk on sand and it won't affect you. You could actually literally walk on it. Also, because this becomes quite an entertaining level, because I've only got one piece of life left, so those grabber hands that keep popping up everywhere, which keep annoying me because they're grabbers, of course they're going to annoy me, and I cannot get hit at them, nor can I get hit by the bees, nor can I get hit by absolutely anything. But in general, we pretty much stay out of harm's way. We don't do Sandy Butt Temple. We don't do anything where you're naturally going to see enemies flying about everywhere after you. It's just like, just you have to be a little vigilant. You have to say, well, I'm not going to walk right into that enemy's path, and sometimes I'll have to escape it. But you can, 9 times out of 10, you're going to miss their hit, and that's good stuff. I mean, I like not being hit by enemies. You know what? Like, I don't know about you. I mean, you guys, you may have like a difference of opinion here, but I like not being killed. As I say, like, just the idea of just not having to go through the level again, collecting all notes that I can, it's just really, really nice, you know. It's nice not to be like smacked by grabbers. It's just the most wonderful thing you're ever going to experience. Oh dear. And as you can see quite clearly, as I said, walking on sand, perfectly fine. As for clipping, you can, as I say, like, there's most levels where you can actually get more notes, but I choose not to. The only one where we don't get more notes is Bubblegloop Swamp, and I don't think you can collect more notes. You can probably collect a lot more notes if you found a way to get out of bounds, and somehow you manage to find a way to get like 3 more notes, because I think you don't finish out with many notes lost in Bubblegloop Swamp. You pretty much collect all of them because they're so easy to collect, because it's the 4th level quite literally. So they're not going to make notes the most difficult thing. I mean, it's not quite as bad as Mumbo's Mountain, where literally you press, you could find like notes within like 5 minutes. I think the world record for Mumbo's Mountain is like 5 minutes, which is absolutely insane. Because, well, it's the 1st level of Mumbo's Mountain. You're naturally going to get easy notes spawning, because why wouldn't it be? Because if it was too hard, newcomers to the game would just go, nope, can't deal with it. This note collecting, it's too bloody difficult. But then again, like, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, some people are going to say, oh, Mumbo's Mountain's too easy, and this game can be considered too easy in some respects, but I don't consider it too easy. In some areas it can be pretty difficult. Engine room. Sorry, did I speak out loud there? So the unfortunate thing would be is, if you haven't noticed, to actually get down, you have to kind of fly up. It's an unfortunate thing, Here's a little clip you will probably want, and that is a clip into a temple. My clock is going to go off soon, and that's my grandfather clock, by the way. As you can see, all you have to do is just walk through it. It's not like even a hard clip, it's just literally walking into the corner, and you clip in, and you can just get notes pretty simply. You just have to walk into the loading zone. You'd be actually surprised how broken this game is once you introduce a bee into it, and that's mainly because, like, understandably, they didn't consider, well, somebody's going to get out of balance with the bee. I should note there's also 2 notes at the back. For some reason I picked them up but didn't show it for some reason. There are 2 notes basically at the back, so remember to pick them up. I'm trying to think, are there anything, like 77, that's a pretty good note score. Is there anything else? No, there isn't. So 77, that's a pretty good note score. You now have to get back in. The quickest way is just going through there, and you can fly into here, and this is your last point. This is definitely, you have to finish here because of this little message. Yes, so basically as soon as you exit this lobby, you will run out of, you will not be the bee anymore, which is unfortunate. So yeah, and as usual you have to fly upwards into the wall, and then just fly, well, scale downwards, I don't know what, just go downwards and you'll just fly, you'll fly past. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Balan, this is the end credits, signing out. Come and get it.